Hi everyone, welcome to Debated. This is going to be our first debate video on the best starting 11 for the signings of the season. This only applies for signings that started in August, September, so no January signings. So, let me just introduce who's with me. There's Yorgo and Jeff here.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
So, we're going to start with goalkeepers. I don't think there's much of a debate here. Keylor Navas, I think, has been the best goalkeeper signing this season. The other signings haven't really made the impact that he has, such as Silesen, Ariola, Pau Lopez. So I think Navas should be the goalkeeper here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely Navas.
Yeah, I agree too that we should pick Navas because signings like Neto didn't have Barcelona actually, while Ter Stegen took most of the time on the pitch also.
That's true, yeah. So we're all going with Keylor Navas here. For defense, I decided to go with 5 at the back because there aren't that many attacking talents, I think, for this season. But there have been a lot of very good defensive signings. So I think 5 is the way to go here. Are you guys also going with 5 or 4 or what?
We're gonna go for it.
I'm going for 4. For me, it's 4.
Okay. So I'll start with my right and left backs. I chose Wan-Bissaka over Trippier. I think Wan-Bissaka has been probably the best right back of the season. He's been very consistent both in defense and attack. And for left back, it was really between Mendy and Lodi, the two La Liga new signings. And Mendy, both have been excellent in my opinion this season. But I think Mendy has probably had the bigger impact. He's left Marcelo on the bench. He's been very consistent for a team that's second in the league. And though Lodi has been great, especially in the Champions League, I think that Mendy should get the nod here. Now, who did you guys choose for fullbacks?
Well, for me, if I had to choose fullbacks, my right fullback should be definitely Aaron Wan-Bissaka over any other signing, because Aaron Wan-Bissaka has showed his impact on the team and that he held the defense from his side. And the other fullback, the left back for me, should be Scholes, because Scholes had made a very big difference in what he's shown in his adaptation in the team. Like for Borussia Dortmund, he did a great job at the back and in pulling the offense forward.
Yeah, Scholes is definitely another great signing. What about you, Yorgo?
Yes, obviously I'm gonna go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think he was the best defensive right back this season in Europe. So definitely Wan-Bissaka. And for the left back position, I went with Atletico Madrid's Lodi because he's been dominating that side. He's been defending, attacking, doing what a proper left back can do. He also played an important part in the Champions League. So, yes, it's Lodi for me.
So, a unanimous decision for the right back and 3 very good different left backs. We can move on to centre backs now. So, me and Yorgo have 3 centre backs and Jeff has chosen 2. My 3 centre backs, there were a lot of choices here, but I went with first Felipe, who in my opinion has been maybe second or third best centre back of La Liga this season, maybe behind Varane and Ramos. But Felipe has been great. He's slotted perfectly in Simeone's system, and he made the loss of Godin seem less impactful on Atletico, and so he definitely gets in. Now the other two are the two most expensive ones, Harry Maguire and De Ligt. I think Maguire has slowly grown into his role at Man United as the leader of the back line. He's become captain, and even though De Ligt hasn't been at his best, I think Chiellini's injury let him be a consistent starter, and I think in the years to come he'll show even more of why he deserves to be in this team. So I went with honorable mentions would go to Manolas, Lucas Hernandez, and even Hermoso of Atletico. They've all been great, but I would go with Maguire, De Ligt, and Felipe. So we can move on to Yorgo now for your picks.
Okay, so for my three center backs, I'm definitely picking Harry Maguire because he transformed Man United's defense, accepting good at this, and he's been their best defender this season. So he's a very important. He played an important part in getting clean sheets and winning them matches. So it's Harry Maguire for the first centre back spot. For the second spot, I'm going with De Ligt also. I know he hasn't found his foot yet in UV, as you said, but he's still 19. He has potential to improve, and he will turn out to be one of the best defenders in the upcoming years. And the third centre back is Manolas. He has been great this season. He is a leader on the pitch, and he definitely should take a spot in my team.
Well, for my team, I'm picking for sure Harry Maguire for the great impact he had in Manchester United, as we've seen, and for filling the gap that Chris Smalling and Phil Jones couldn't fill, ever.
Yeah,
And for the
that's true.
second choice, it's hard to choose between Diego Godin. Diego Godin has been great, and also you have other players like Manolas. Kostas Manolas had been showing great skills at the back, but I'm going for Godin actually. Diego Godin for me.
Yeah, Godin has definitely been great also. I just believe that in Inter, Skriniar and De Vrij have probably outshined him this season, but he's still a great player and of course a great leader.
Yeah, and also that he's played for so long, so he's a great leader. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. And I'm sure Skriniar and De Vrij are learning from him this season.
Yeah, surely.
For the midfield, I'm going with the 5-3-2 formation. So I chose three center midfielders, and there are some good options here. My first choice was Idrissa Gana Gueye because I think he's what PSG has been missing. He's transformed them, and I think he's one of the reasons that PSG could maybe win the Champions League this season or go further than they have before. I think he's one of the things they've been lacking in midfield, a real rock, and helping out the defense, helping out Verratti. So I think Gueye should be in this. And I'd also go with Frankie de Jong. Barcelona haven't had a great season at all, but I think he's been one of the bright spots for this season, and he's one of the positives that Barcelona fans can look at. I think he's definitely going to be huge in the years to come, and he's also learning from Sergio Busquets next to him, and he's also trying to adapt, but I still think he gets in here along with Rodri of Manchester City. I think he's the the defensive midfielder that Pep Guardiola has wanted. He's really the closest thing Spain have had to Busquets in recent years, and I think he's going to be starting for Man City for a very long time. He's had a good impact this season. Fernandinho hasn't really played defensive midfield, so Rodri has ensured that they didn't really miss him that much, and overall he's just been very good for Man City, so I think he gets in here. Who do you guys think?
Very good choices actually. But for me, I'm going to play 4-2-3-1.
I see.
If I had to choose two center defensive midfields, I'm going for Idrissa Gana Gueye and I'm going for De Jong. because when you're looking for a defensive midfielder, first he has to have that fast dribbling, and he has to know where to pass actually. And when you look at Idrissa Gana Gueye and De Jong, they both have the great skills and the great ability to intercept the balls and to switch the play fast. So yeah, I'm choosing Idrissa Gana Gueye and De Jong.
That's great. Who would you choose for your attacking midfielder since we're on midfield?
Well, for my central attacking midfield, Lo Celso has great attacking ability. He's a very good shooter and a very good long passer, actually. He can switch also to the right or to the left and is a good crosser. So, of course, I'm going to have Lo Celso.
Okay, yeah, Lo Celso is a great option. I think Lo Celso especially has really grown into Tottenham as the season went by, and he's becoming more important. I remember the game against, I believe it was Liverpool, where Tottenham weren't really creating anything, and then as soon as Lo Celso got subbed on, slowly they started creating more and more chances. And I think it really shows that when he plays, he has an impact. His ability to move the ball forward and do what Ericsson used to do.
Yes, and also, look, as for Tottenham, while we're speaking about Tottenham, you see, they failed in signing in Dombele. And Dombele is a center midfielder who hasn't shown that good football or his abilities that he had. He just enters the pitch and gets lost, while Lo Celso showed confidence.
Yes, that's true. Ndombele definitely hasn't been showing the impact we thought he would. Yorgo, what about you? Who would be your midfielders?
Two defensive midfielders and one attacking midfielder. Should definitely take his spot. He is still young with potential, and he is a good defensive midfielder as well. He can pass the ball forward. He can control the midfield. And next to him, Rodri, he's like a proper defensive midfielder. He protects the defense, and we know Man City have struggled with injuries in Laporte, and he is a great center back. So he is trying to fill his place as Fernandinho is trying to play as center back, which he isn't. It's not his role to play there, but Rodri is trying to fill the gap, and he's trying to defend the center backs. So these are my two
Yeah.
central defenders. With my attacking midfielder, there aren't any attacking midfielders in this summer's signings, so I'm definitely going with Lo Celso.
Yeah.
He is uh, a good attacking midfielder, and he can create many chances. He's definitely filled Ericsson's place, and Tottenham should definitely improve in this in Lo Celso. So Lo Celso is my attacking midfielder.
Fair enough. Yeah. So now we can move on to attack, and so I'm gonna go with two strikers because my formation is 5-3-2, and there's one front runner. I think Lukaku. He deserves to be in this because he's really been amazing under Conte. He's been scoring. He's been linking up very nicely with Lautaro Martinez, and I think he should definitely be there, especially since players like Griezmann, Joao Felix, and Hazard haven't really been great. And for the second striker, I'd choose Icardi. I think Icardi, out of the other options, which are the ones I named, and then you have Nicolas Pepe, Luka Jovic. I think Icardi's been great in his new striking role ahead of Cavani. He's been linking up very well with Mbappe and Neymar, scoring consistently. So I'd have him next to Lukaku. Who would your wingers and strikers be? Yorgo, you can start.
Okay, I'm also going with two strikers because my formation is 5-3-2. So my first striker is definitely Lukaku. He's found his feet fast in the Serie A, and he's been amazing all season. He scored on his debut, and he keeps on banging goals. So yes, he adapted quickly. So Lukaku's taking that position, and the second striker. I know not many people will agree with this, but I'm going with Eden Hazard. I know he's been struggling with injuries, and he's not played that much. But I'm sure that next season, if he is fully fit, he will prove that he's worth that money and that the move to Real Madrid will definitely suit him. So these are my two strikers.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, actually, for me, if I had to choose like a right midfielder and a left midfielder, it'll be, of course, Daniel James. Well, let's not forget that Daniel James, actually, it's his first season in the Premier League, and he's shown great impact, and he's been starting for a team like Manchester United. Like, imagine you're a youngster, like about 21, 22 years old, and you're a starter for Manchester United. That's amazing. Also for Pulisic have been like struggling with injuries just like Hazard, but when he started for Chelsea, like for 2 or 3 games, he showed the great attacking play he had. Nevertheless, he scored a hat trick this year. So yeah, Pulisic has done an amazing job in Chelsea. Also for the left back, it'll be Lukaku, because Lukaku has really improved when he moved to Inter Milan, and he's shown the skills he got, and like he's back to the style of play he used to use in Everton. So we got the Lukaku back actually. Yeah, that's my formation.
Yeah, sounds good. I think Pulisic is an interesting one. He's also grown into the team. Think back to that hat trick. Pulisic is, I think, a good pick. So that'll do it for our lineups, and you guys can all leave your thoughts in the comments. Maybe give your own lineups, and we can discuss it. We can reply in the comments and discuss. So thank you everyone for tuning in today, and stay safe, stay at home. Thank you for
Peace.
watching.
Peace.